Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be testing out some products from Revolution Pro. Now I did receive these products as PR, they were gifted to me, and I have been testing them out for the duration of this month, January. I'm pretty sure this video is going to go up in February, but it is January, end of January as I am filming this. So anyways, I've been testing them out for January and have a good feel for most of these products, but in this video I'm mostly just going to be testing them out on camera just so you guys can see them in action. I may share a few opinions on them, but I'm going to leave a lot of my review-ish stuff on these products for my beauty replay video, which actually should go up before this video, so I will link that. So if you want to hear like a little bit more in-depth thoughts and opinions review on these products, definitely go check out that video to hear more, because I don't want this video to get too long. I really just want to demo the products so you guys can see them in action. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so up first I do have two palettes that I received. These are both their regeneration palettes. One is the Mirage Palette and this one is the Regeneration Legendary Palette. Now the Mirage Palette is full of a bunch of really pretty warm tones. This one is definitely up my alley. It's a little bit more on the basic or safer side with lots of browns and neutral shades and a few pops of those warm reds and burgundy tones that I love. This is a palette that I really like. I love these tones. Very easy for everyday kind of quick looks to put together. And then the Legendary palette is your much more kind of fun, cooler toned palette. When I mentioned these palettes in my makeup basket for December and asked which palette you guys would be most interested in seeing me use on camera, not surprisingly, most of you guys had said the Legendary palette because it is a little bit more of the fun palette. You do have more pops of colors. The cooler tones, which I'm not a super big fan of cooler tones, but these I find pretty easy to wear, and I was really happy. This is the one I used actually the most the past month, and I will share all the looks I created in my beauty replay video. Again, if you guys want to check that out, you'll see all the looks that I created with this month. Additionally, this one does have those marbled kind of shadows in it, whereas the Mirage palette does not. So I know I'm sure there was a lot of you guys interested in how the marbled shades perform and things like that, so I have played around with that and have some thoughts, and I thought today it would be really fun to use this blue one on camera. Now if you know me, you know blue is a little bit out of my comfort zone, not a color I gravitate towards wearing a lot, but I figured you guys might want to see that one in action the most. So that's what we're going to do today for the palette. I'm going to go ahead and start off first by priming my eyes with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I have used this palette both with and without primer, and I feel like it performs really well regardless of if you use a primer or not. But since I don't have any concealer or anything on my eyes to kind of conceal this darkness, I'm going to add this primer just to help the pigmentation lay down a little bit better. Alright, and then I think I'm going to go in hot right away. We're going to go right into that bright pink shade called Legit. I'm going to take that with a fluffy blending brush and sweep that into my crease. As you can see, the color is beautifully pigmented and blends out like a dream. I feel like I look so crazy. Every time I do something like this, I'm like, I'm sure you all think I look nuts. But anyways, I just want to mention that like the pigmentation I think is so good at, considering especially that I didn't put on a concealer or have like a, you know, more lighter base. So this went over my dark circles. Yes, of course I used the primer to help, but these are just very beautifully pigmented, and I would recommend that if you want them to look the best, to have more of a blank canvas base for your eyeshadows, like a concealer or some kind of primer that adds, you know, color or whatever. That would be better, but I just want to show you guys how it looks. Even over my dark circles, the color is beautiful. So anyways, next we're going to go in with that marbled shade, that blue one called Timeless. Now this one has a little bit of white, green, and mostly blue marbling to it. I'm going to take that on a packing brush and apply that to the majority of my lid. Now so far in my experience, these marbled shades do actually apply very well. They're a little bit drier formula than the other metallic shades in this palette, but they do apply on the lid very well. But if I need to, I will go ahead and use some setting spray to help it out. One thing about these marbled shades that I think is interesting is that I think they almost look a little bit prettier in the pan because they are marbled. You're seeing these different colors, but I think once you mix them, the color actually isn't as pretty in my opinion. This is a really nice blue that I'm achieving on the lid, but it's not as pretty as I would have, you know, thought looking at it in the pan. But anyways, as you can see, this is applying really well on its own. I do think I am going to go ahead and go over it again, but this time use a setting spray just to intensify the color a little bit more. but you can see right now it doesn't necessarily need it. Okay, so next up I'm going to go in with this purple shade right next to the shade Timeless. It's called Suited. I'm going to take that with a smaller, more kind of precise blending brush and bring that to my outer crease, outer V area to add some definition to this look. I'll also go ahead and run that onto my lower lash line as well. Alright, I think this is going to be it for the shadows for now. I may go back into that palette and do an inner corner highlight, but I want to do that after I do the rest of my face. This is a very simple look. A lot of looks I've been creating with this palette are very simple, just like 3, maybe 4 shadow looks, just very, very simple. But I think I might add a wing. That's what I've been doing, like pretty much with every look I've been doing with these palettes, is adding a winged liner just to kind of amp it up a little bit. So I think I'm going to do that real quick, speed through that, then we'll move on to my face. And to create my wing, I'm going to be using 2 different products. This is not necessary, this is just how I do it, so it helps me achieve the best wing liner that I can. I'm going to be using the Ciate London Stamp and Drag Liner. It has a little wing stamp that helps me, and then I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Perversion waterproof eyeliner pen to finish off the wing. Alright, here's how the eyes are looking up close. I know it's a little bit of a mess. The wings aren't perfect, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not a professional. We are going to go ahead and move on to my face now. I do have a couple face products from Revolution Pro to test out, but just for the sake of letting you guys see how I kind of clean this up, I'm going to do that but speed through it. I'm just going to be using some products from my makeup basket this month, and I will kind of stop at the points where I have the Revolution Pro products to test out. Alright, now that I got my face on, the next product I have from Revolution Pro to try is their translucent powder. Now first, I just want to say, like, the packaging, love. This is so stinking cute. And this does have a mirror, and it's like a white translucent powder. This does lift up with a little puff. I don't think I actually used the puff yet. I think I'm going to try the puff. But I will say that this is a powder I don't really care for. I much prefer loose translucent setting powders, and I don't know, I'm very, very picky about my powders because I tend to do a lot of powder and don't like any powders that feel a little bit too heavy on my skin. I feel like this one just feels heavy on my skin, and so I don't really care for it. As well, I do think it does leave a little bit of a white cast that I don't care for as well. So I'm going to try to go in light, although I bet the puff's going to kind of might take it on heavy. I usually go in with like a pretty big fluffy blending brush. Oh, I didn't bring it over here. A very soft, like loose fluffy brush, or like a duo fiber brush like this. But anyways, I'm just gonna take the puff very lightly and kind of just tap it over my face. Not too much, because the foundation that I use today I don't feel like really needs to be set, so I'm just gonna try to do this lightly. So I'm not sure if you could tell or not. I think you can. I'm looking at the viewfinder, and it does leave like a white cast. I feel like it kind of just like sits on the skin. I don't know, it's just super weird. But even with a big fluffy brush, it does that too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my duo fiber brush just to kind of buff it out and blend it in a little bit better. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I feel like it just makes my makeup look heavier too, like, or cakier too, which I'm not a fan of. So this is a matte satin finish translucent setting powder. It's supposed to mattify, and it says that it's supposed to disappear with blending, which I feel like, yeah, it kind of does, but I still feel like it leaves that white cast. And I would imagine, I haven't like flash tested it or anything, but I do believe that this would be something that would cause flashback. Like, it's very ooh, I'm not a fan. So anyways, I am gonna go ahead and try to fix it just a smidge if I can. Usually I feel like setting sprays do kind of help meld and blend powders and products into your face a little bit better. I usually like to use the Morphe setting spray, but I did also receive a setting spray from Revolution Pro, and this is their Hydra matte fixing spray with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. I have been testing this out as well throughout the month, and I really like this setting spray. I mentioned in my makeup basket that this is a product, or I've tried setting sprays from their brand before, and they used to be favorites a long time ago, and it's still the same. I think the quality is just as good. It's wonderful. So I'm going to spray my face with this and hope that kind of helps this situation. I really do enjoy this setting spray so much. Even the scent of it reminds me of exactly how I remember it. It has almost like a light cherry-ish scent. I think maybe that's what I could kind of place, but anyways, I really like it. Even though this is supposed to be a mattifying setting spray, it does hydrate with the hyaluronic acid as well as the vitamin E that I just feel like doesn't leave your skin feeling like super tense and dry, but it does keep you matte, at least me. And I do have dry skin, so I don't know, it might be different for someone with oily skin, but for me, I feel like it works really great. Okay, anyways, I don't have anything for a bronzer, so I'm really quickly just going to speed through applying that, and for that I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Threesome palette here. Alright, with bronzer done, I have a cheek product from Revolution Pro. Now this shade they sent me, I don't think it's going to quite go with this eye look, but I still want to put it to the test in front of you guys. So it is the Blush and Lift Liquid Blush. Now this is interesting. It says it's made with iced wine extracts that provide an instant visible lift. I don't understand iced wine extracts. I'm not quite sure what that means and how that would provide a lift, but anyways, like it says, this is a liquid blush, and normally I'm not someone who's really big into liquid or even cream products for things like, you know, contour, blush, highlight, that kind of stuff. But I did want to give this a go. I was curious about it, and I actually have been liking this quite a bit. So even though I do have powders down, I found that using it before powders as well as even after powders, it blends on and goes on very nicely. So this is the shade Peaches, which as you can tell is a very more warm toned peachy color. Like I said, it's going to clash a little bit with this eye look, but it is what it is. That's the color I have to try, so I'm going to be demoing that for you. So how I like to apply it is, this does have a doe foot applicator. I'm going to put a few dots on one of my cheeks, then I'm going to take this mini duo fiber stippling brush from Beauty Junkies and just kind of stipple and blend it into my cheeks. Now I do find that you can build up the color, but I do want to kind of keep it light since I know it's going to kind of clash with my eye look. But I do think it's a really beautiful color. I've been really enjoying it, and I haven't really tried it any other way application wise aside from with this duo fiber brush, but I have really been enjoying the application with the duo fiber brush, and I would recommend that. I'm sure you could use your fingers or maybe even a sponge, but I so enjoy this brush with it. Alright, next up I do kind of have a highlighter product to share with you guys. I received their Skin Finish in the shade Luminescence. Now when I first got this, I really wasn't sure if it was a highlighter or if it was like a luminous setting powder. Looking at it, it reminded me of a luminous setting powder. It actually reminded me of my Urban Decay Naked Skin Illuminizing Powder that I love for especially setting under my eyes, because it does have a little bit of luminosity. And you could use it all over the face, but I mostly prefer to use it under my eyes. But anyways, I have not really been able to test it because when I first got it, I received it broken. And so I have it right here. It's empty because I did scrape it out. Anyways, I did try to repress it. I'll put some pictures on the screen so you can see, like, I did my best to try to repress it and fix it. And when it was dry and I was able to use it, I tried to use it and it just kind of hard panned. I think from me repressing it, it didn't repress very well. It just kind of hard panned and no product would come off on my brush. And then after that, because I kept trying, I thought, well, maybe I'll scrape a little bit of the top and see if I could get it. And then it kind of just broke and crumbled again. So what I did was just put it, I have this little tin, and I just crumbled it up and put it in like a loose powder for me to try to use. And today was the first day I finally did that. So like this whole month I have not been able to use this. So I'm kind of using it for the first time today. Anyways, when I looked it up, it does say that it's a baked highlighter, and there are other shades. Other shades I think look a little bit more like highlights, but this one, it would look like the most like almost like just like a luminizing powder, because to me when I swatch it, it doesn't really come across highlighty, it comes across like a luminizing powder. So that's how I'm going to try to use it today, and if it looks a little bit too highlighter-y, I may try to just fix it and then put it on my cheekbones. But since I did kind of scrape it, there's a little bit left here, and I'm going to see if I could kind of get a little bit of that from here and use it. Okay, yeah, that's actually working pretty well for me to just take the tiniest bit that's here onto this brush that I'm going to use to kind of place it under my eyes and see if it adds a little bit of luminosity and brightness, and hopefully not too highlighter lighting. So I think, ooh, maybe that might be a little too luminizing. Oh, yeah, that might be a little too luminizing now that I'm actually putting it on. I might have to blend that up with my duo fiber brush. That usually helps me kind of fix any powdery mistakes, but I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side might as well, even though, oh, yeah, okay, this is definitely a highlighter, I would say. A very soft focus, like lit from it within type of highlighter, I'd say. I think if I were careful, I could probably use this under my eyes as well. I'd have to maybe take that loose powder, maybe mix it with something like my RCMA no color powder, and I bet that would be really, really great. But oh, we gotta fix this. So just taking my duo fiber brush. I'm kind of just playing around with the makeup today, which is good because I really don't have anything to do today. I'm going to probably be going to the gym fairly soon after I finish this video. I'm going to probably film another video today as well because I always like to film more than one video in a day. But I know I'm going to be going to the gym, so I'm probably just going to wipe all this off anyway, so it's not going to matter. But okay, that toned it down quite a bit. There's still a little bit of shine, but yeah, now I know. I finally got to test it out. We tested it on camera, so I'm kind of glad. So you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and just take more of a, no, maybe I'll use this one. More of a highlighter brush. This is kind of similar. That I like this one for setting under my eyes, but this is actually more of a highlighter brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to like where I would normally apply a highlight and see how it looks that way. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's really pretty as a highlight. So I'm glad I tested it out. It did seem very similar to the Naked Skin Illuminizer, but this definitely has a lot more sheen and shine to it to kind of use as my under eye setting powder. But you know, it was worth a shot because if I could have found a dupe for the Naked Skin Illuminizer, that would have been great. Okay, this is really pretty as a highlighter actually. And I feel like it does have like a little bit of a like pinky tone to it, if you can tell in the viewfinder. I'm not quite sure. I'm only seeing it really close up, but I think that's kind of nice because it kind of helped cool down this warm peachy blush that I have on. It looks really pretty. I'm kind of still laughing at myself for having it under my eyes, but I really wanted to test it out and I hadn't had a chance to do that yet. But anyways, now I officially know. But anyways, that's it for the face. Let's go ahead and bring it back around to the eyes. I do have a brow pencil to try from Revolution Pro, and I have got to tell you guys, this brow pencil I think has become my new favorite. This will probably be my new go-to brow pencil. I am so impressed with it. Now they sent me the shade dark brown, which I think is a fairly good match for me. The only downside I think to this pencil is that there's only 3 shades, so it's not a wide variety of color to choose from, but I think the quality of this is amazing. The actual pencil itself, it's very weighty. It feels much more luxury. Okay, and then you're also getting 0.004 ounces of product, whereas most brow pencils come with 0.002, maybe 0.003 ounces of product. So this has more than the standard, and it's only $8. So I'm like, oh, this is such a good deal. I'm so happy with this. And I really love the way it performs. So anyways, this will be my new go-to. Really, really love it, but I do wish they would expand the color so a wider variety of people could use it. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed right through doing my brows so you can see it in action. I'm sure you guys have seen me do my brows before. It's kind of a boring step, so like I said, we're gonna speed through this. But anyways, also I just want to mention, I know like the ounces thing isn't a huge deal, but it was something that still impressed me because even for drugstore, you know, the amount you get is, you know, the 0.002 ounces, and drugstore prices can even be expensive, you know, $8, $10, $15 for that amount, and this is only $8 for, you know, more than you're getting at other places. So if you could get more for less and it's a good product, why not? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm all about. By the way, I apologize, I don't think I said, but this is their Define and Fill Brow Pencil, which is a precision, like, micro brow pencil. Alright, with my brows done, let's go ahead and come back to the palette. I want to do a little bit of color to the inner corner of my eyes. For that, I think I'm going to go into this marbled shade called Truth, and I'm going to take that on this. It's a duo fiber blending brush. It's by Beauty Junkie. It's just a very, very small brush. I've been kind of liking this for my inner corner highlight lately. Okay, so here's how my shadows and everything is looking right now alone. I like it. I think it looks cute. It's a very simple, a little bit crazy look, but it's fine. And I probably should be done right here, but if you know me, you know me. If you don't, hi, my name is Maria. I like glitter and I talk a lot. So what we're gonna do is add a little bit of glitter. I just can't help myself. I really want to add just a touch of glitter right where that blue shade and the purple shade meet. I just feel like it needs a little touch of something. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and grab the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Distortion and just see if that kind of helps amp up this look just a little bit. I just feel like it needs a little something. Okay, yeah, that totally hit the spot for what I thought this look was needing. Super, super pretty. Love that glitter. But anyways, last I'm just gonna put on some mascara and show you guys the completed look. All right, mascara is on and here is the completed look. I'd love to know what you guys think. Honestly, don't think this is my favorite look that I've done with this palette because, well, I'm not a big fan of blue, but I feel like that glitter kind of helped pull it together. But anyways, I was really glad to show these palettes and these products to you guys on camera, demo them in action for you guys to see and decide if there's anything here you would want to pick up or try from Revolution Pro. I actually have really been enjoying the majority of these products. They're really the one thing I have not enjoyed, would not recommend, would be that translucent powder, as I already mentioned. But I think everything else I have been very happy with. The palettes I think work beautifully. Again, I'm not going to go too much into my review of them. You'll hear about them in my beauty replay video, but I think they're very nice palettes. They perform really well. I'm pleasantly surprised by that blush. For being a liquid product, something I don't really tend to prefer to use, I actually have really been enjoying it so much. Love the setting spray. And honestly, I think the standout product, favorite product for me is the brow product. I know it's a simple thing, but I'm just so thrilled to have found it. And that'll probably, I'm telling you, that's going to be my go-to. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing these products in action. If you'd like to see any other content created with them, please don't hesitate to ask. And now since trying these products from Revolution Pro, I am very interested to try some more products from this brand. It is a very affordable brand, or relatively affordable brand in my opinion, and the products are actually really good. So I am very interested to try more from this brand. I'm not sure if I will receive more PR from this brand or if it was just a one-time thing. Honestly, it was a surprise, kind of showed up on my doorstep, didn't know it was coming. I'm not complaining. So I was really thrilled, but I don't know if I will get more PR or not, but I definitely have my eye on the brand and will hopefully be purchasing some more from this brand in the future to test out. So if there's anything from this brand that you'd like to see me test out or just show in action on my channel, definitely let me know your recommendations or product suggestions. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!